Hello YouTube and welcome to my new channel, Davros the Whovian. I'm Davros and this is my channel, and well, I thought I'd kick things off on this channel with a review on a Doctor Who serial. So I thought I'll do a serial called a series of reviews called First and Last Reviews, where I review every single, well, not every single, just every first and last Doctor Who serial from each Doctor's. So, today I'm reviewing, well, today's episode is The First Doctor, and I am reviewing An Unearthly Child and The 10th Planet. So, The First Doctor, 1963 to 1966, played by William Hartnell. So, let's get on with the first part. So, for the first half of this show, I'm reviewing Doctor Who, An Unearthly Child. Written by Anthony Coburn, starring William Hartnell, Carol Ann Ford, William Russell and Jacqueline Hill. An Unearthly Child is a 5-part serial where we meet the Doctor and his granddaughter Susan, and the two teachers Ian and Barbara for the first time. So, it's 1963, and two teachers, Ian and Barbara, played by William Russell and Jacqueline Hill, are both getting a bit suspicious of one of their students, Susan. Ian being the science teacher and Barbara being the history teacher, they get suspicious of Susan and wonder why she's so, out of sync and everything and that, and decide to find out where she lives and to see her grandfather. Of course, when they find where she lives, it's a junkyard, 76 Totters Lane. But, of course, it may be a junkyard. And then Ian and Barbara go inside and look around, and they find nothing but a mysterious blue police box, which at the time were used quite a lot in the 60s and 50s. And of course, they then stumble across the Doctor, played by William Hartnell, who of course is a grumpy old man and doesn't really like humans much, until they force their way into the TARDIS, and the Doctor explains to them that they're aliens and they're not of this earth. And of course, the blue police box is not a blue police box. We all know it's the TARDIS, which Susan tells us in the episode TARDIS, that's Time and Relative Dimensions in Space. I don't need to tell you that. So then the Doctor takes them back to the cavemen times, and a tribe of cavemen catch them and want them to make fire, which of course eventually they do, and then they escape from them by scaring the cavemen by putting fiery skulls where the fire is. So, and then they escape, and of course they land on an uncharted planet, which of course is the first ever Dalek serial, but that's another review for another time. So, let's see, what did I like about this and what did I not like? First of all, I didn't like the first episode much. I thought it was quite boring and that, but back in 1963, I guess it was a big deal. It had not been on TV before. Nothing like this had ever aired, and it was something like never before. But yeah, this first episode was of course about Susan, who of course was the unearthly child, and we're getting to know the Doctor and everything. To be honest, I like this serial, but not much happens in it, to be honest. Probably because the serial was meant to last 6 episodes, and of course it became so successful that they ended up extending it and making more. So I think that's why we got more of it. So yeah, the story's a little slow, but hey, it's only the first ever outing of the Doctor, and still, the Doctor was a very mysterious enigma back then, and we didn't know much of him. So yeah, I like this serial, but I don't love it. Next, I think that's all I got to say about that. And here are some facts about this. So, the first ever episode aired on the 23rd of November 1963, one day after Kennedy was assassinated. And of course, viewing figures were very low, and it didn't get the, the launch it deserved because of the whole crisis with President Kennedy. So they reran the same episode the following week, and viewing figures went off the roof. Of course, also another fact here is the TARDIS was originally meant to blend into its surroundings and change shape in every episode, but because they were on such a tight budget, they couldn't afford that. So they decided to keep the TARDIS as a blue police box and have the whole chameleon circuit that it uses to change its shape broken. And it has been ever since. Another fact was that this was produced by Verity Lambeth, who at the time was the BBC's first ever producer and was asked personally by co-creator of the show, Sidney Newman, to produce it. What else did it... What other facts can I tell you on this that I know of? Yeah, I don't think there is any more facts on this. But yes, Doctor Who was this. It was the start of something that is still going on to this very day. Okay, so my final thoughts and ratings. I thought that on an Unearthly Child was good. It was black and white, but hey, I think 60s Doctor Who kind of works in black and white. I mean, yeah, I know it's black and white, but it's like I'm not bothered by it and stuff. I love William Hartnell as the Doctor. He was meant to be a figure of like H.G. Wells, Father Christmas, and everybody's grumpy granddad, which I thought was brilliant. And yeah, he was meant to be a mysterious traveller. In fact, when the show launched, I think the character of the Doctor was still in development because, not a lot was known apart from him, apart from he was the Doctor. And William Hartnell loved that part. He loved doing the show. Okay, so I'm going to give Doctor Who An Unearthly Child, for me, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. So that's been my review on Doctor Who An Unearthly Child. Now for the next review, which will be the last serial from the first Doctor, The 10th Planet. So, The 10th Planet, written by Kit Pedler and Gary Davis, starring William Hartnell, Peter Purvis, and I can't remember her name, who was Polly. So, this is the final serial from William Hartnell as the Doctor, and it is also the first time we see the Cybermen. So, a 10th planet is discovered, because at the time we had 9 planets. In fact, I think Pluto is a planet again. I don't know. But anyway, a 10th planet is discovered. Mondas, Earth's twin planet, where humans also live. Earlier, their humans were dying out from the planet that was dying, and they had to find ways to survive. And that's what created the Cybermen. But now with Mondas dying, the Cybermen want to take Earth in 1986. So, what did I like about this, and what did I not like about this? First of all, I liked how we got the Cybermen and how they became the second most popular monster in Doctor Who. I also liked the final performance William Hartnell made in this. Although it was his final episode, and he didn't want to lead the show, but he was told to leave because things couldn't go on the way they were. He had troubles with his health. He was forgetting his lines and everything. Things just couldn't go on the way they were. So they had to find a way for the show to continue, but have a new lead actor. So but yeah, William Hartnell gives it his all in this one. My dislikes on this. Oh yeah, I also like the companions, Ben and Polly. They were great in this. In fact, at one point they had to steal the show because William Hartnell wasn't even in episode 3. So yeah, I also liked the Cybermen. I mean, looking at them now, they're probably just crap, but I think they actually look quite well, given that they brought them back in the last series, the Mondasian Cybermen. Yeah, with a few small alterations, but still, I like that. Yeah. Dislikes. I didn't like how the first Doctor wasn't in the 3rd episode, but again, it was William Hartnell. He wasn't well, so I can't blame him for not being in it. Secondly, the 4th and final episode is unfortunately lost. Now, there's a lot of 1st and 2nd Doctor serials out there that are lost, and some are being found across seas, but some may be lost forever. However, the audio is in full tact, and they can do it. They can reanimate the episodes, and that with the the script and everything, the audio. Excuse me. So they can still do that, and they did. There was the 1993 VHS version you can get on the DVD, which I've got. But on the DVD, when you play all the episodes, they play the 4th episode in animation, and even redo the regeneration like that. But one thing I do like, and I'm happy that they managed to save, was the full regeneration scene. That was in full tact, and you can watch that on the special features on the VHS version of the 4th episode. Because there are still clips and highlights of the episode left, but a good majority of the episode is lost. And it's a shame, really. Yeah, and in fact, I think what they should have done with the 4th episode is had the live action regeneration on there, because, well, I just thought it'd have been good. So, yeah, I even liked the effects from the regeneration, how it transferred from Hartnell to Troughton. It's like the light went bright over him, and then next thing he became Patrick Troughton, and William Hartnell's Doctor was no more. Facts. So yeah, like I said, William Hartnell was too unwell for to continue on the show. So one idea was to get another actor that looks like him, but they thought, no, let's completely reinvent the character and give him a blank canvas and let him do what he wants with it. And at the day when they were filming the regeneration, Patrick Troughton told Hartnell, as I've seen in An Adventure in Space and Time, he was scared stiff. Hartnell said there was only one man in England who can do the job, and, well, that was Troughton. So I like that whole bit, the whole transfer and everything. But yeah, the regeneration, it wasn't even labelled as the regeneration until the 3rd Doctor, till the end of the 3rd Doctor's era. We'll get into that in another episode. So yeah, and the change and everything, it was really touch and go at first, because they had no idea what direction it would go in, whether audiences would like it or anything, if it would make or break the show, and it didn't. It actually worked, and Doctor Who became more popular than ever, a show that can reinvent itself if it gets too stale. And you think with the regeneration being a thing, obviously it hasn't become stale, because it's always a rare, exciting moment, the regeneration. And we only get to see it like every 4 or 5 seasons, and that. Well, recently in this modern era, it's every 3 series, but Jodie Whittaker might do 4 or something. I don't know. Only time will tell. But it's less on modern Who now, more on the classic Who. So I like the 10th Planet. A lot more actiony stuff happened in it. Obviously, over Hartnell's time as the Doctor, his character developed, he got more of a personality, people started to like him, warm up to him, and yeah, but when Hartnell was too unwell to continue, he had to call it a day. And whoever came up with the regeneration is a genius, because the show would not have lasted as long as it has done to this very day. So yeah, I'm giving Doctor Who the 10th planet. I'm going to give it 4 out of 5 for this one. So yes, that's been my review on the 10th planet. This has been Doctor Who first and last review, the first Doctor. So if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and share with your friends. All my social media links are down below in the description. So yes, that's pretty much it from this video. So till next time, I bid you farewell.